BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the actual hustler side, of the aspirational side. Just
I don't know what you're talking about.
right.
They ain't telling on nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in his life.
These in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact.
You know what I mean? That's right. You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was writing it, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
Everyone, 50 Cent just received a threatening text message from Big Meech, telling him to stop talking about his son or face serious consequences. This comes after 50 released an odd video in which Lil Meech reports his old pal to the authorities and lets him take the fall for it. This pal is really now in favor of 50 and claims that Lil Meech's betrayal led to his imprisonment. Big Meech seems to have had enough of 50 Cent's months-long criticism of the father-son combination, as you are well aware, and let us just say that things could get ugly if 50 goes on.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal
Not legal what?
to have a file.
First up, 50 Cent recently shared this incredible body cam video showing Lil Meech abandoning his friend during a traffic check. According to Lil Meech's friend, who was arrested in the movie, Meech betrayed him to the police.
Oh. Good, man.
Hey, so you talking about it, man?
Yeah.
What y'all found about him? What y'all found?
The video shows both men getting detained while Lil Meech sits in the back of a patrol cruiser. At one point, he asks the officer, "Did you discover the other stuff?" As soon as the policeman reports finding a gun. The ridiculous thing is that despite the officer's recent declaration that it was legal to hold a pistol, Meech's inquiry led them to perform a second search of the car.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal
Not legal what?
to have a firearm.
I'm talking about this.
Huh? Talking about the other guy? Yeah.
That's illegal.
The problem is that this pal recently shared everything on Instagram after being imprisoned for betraying him with Lil Meech. The person using the handle 3Luck posted several photos of himself and Lil Meech hanging out in addition to the body cam footage. He also asserts that Meech turned against the police and was accused of narcotics and firearm charges. The man wrote in the caption, "Reason I got to go do Fed time, see this the ish. I hate fake dudes like Lil Meech and my Traza life, not supposed to be real, but do hoe-ish." He then threw shade at Big Meech, saying he raised a lame, and he claimed Lil Meech made him take the fall for the gun and substance possession while he was asleep in the car. And then he also brought up 50 Cent backing him for exposing Lil Meech as a snake dot. He wrote he admitted he was sorry and was gonna pay me back, including being disloyal to 50 at the same time. Why you asking 12? Did they get the guns and the other stuff off me? That ain't a form of telling. See, the only reason I came around the lil drug head boy, because thinking this dude Meech is a life my homie, been known over 20 years, but come to find out he disloyal himself. How you with the same dude that put me in an effed up position? I spent hella money on lawyers and 3 different bonds because of him, but you so busy pulling then teaching this dude how to keep his face clean and being loyal to someone that was making sure he was straight and safe while he was so far gone off pills. And then this man also revealed that he lost his business money and is about to lose years of his child's life, all because Lil Meech snitched. He then referenced Big Meech's saying and wrote these the same dudes that say death before dishonor that ish just words like I love you. Lil Meech has not yet responded to these charges in an official manner. However, you already know who did. Yes, 50 Cent wasted no time in exposing Lil Meech's lack of manners. That first 50 shared a screenshot of power star Michael Rainey Jr. SUES Instagram account, captioning it with a jab at Lil Meech. Oh, I quote, "Am proud of you, Michael. I looked at your page. LOL Well, see what happens when you don't use drugs and spend all your money on chrome heart jeans. A few hours later, 50 released the body cam footage showing Lil Meech betraying his friend again, this time with screenshots and a description from the friend. Yo, how you gonna throw your strap and drugs on your man lap while he sleep like here, this your ish lol, but 50 was not yet complete. Later, he reappeared with yet another questionable post, this time featuring a troll of Meech in the caption of a photo from the BMF concert Pop. First, he went to the airport with a gun and was popped and panicking. Now he on tape telling on his friends, and 50 really don't give an F, so you know this is bad. For context, this airport comment was a reference to another released video showing Lil Meech being arrested after TSA found an unloaded gun in his suitcase despite the fact that he had a permit to possess it. However, Meech's attempt to claim that, although being 23 at the time, he was not legally an adult is the most strange part of this video.
I swear to God, sir.
I know, but
Sir,
unfortunately,
sir.
there's certain procedures we have to follow
Okay,
anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right. So listen,
You
sir.
understand that, correct?
Please give
Do
me
you
a
have your
chance.
ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not
Okay.
pack my bag.
Well,
I
we
was
can
at
get
the
that all
airport.
straightened out
Please, let's
after
do it.
the fact,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay,
Can
you
I call-
understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam. You understand that?
Finally, comma, in a desperate attempt to convince the TSA of his celebrity, Meech played the "Do you know who I am" card and gave his name.
Stan, do you have anything else on you at this point?
No, I promise I don't.
Okay.
Just an actor, sir.
No, I
I'm here
understand.
tonight. Please. Man.
Do you have a concealed
ruined my
weapons
life.
permit or anything like
No, I
that?
don't, sir. They left that in my bag. My little brother's he was outside waiting for me, sir. I promise you, sir, that's not mine.
Okay.
I have security guards, sir. I'm an actor.
Okay.
You see how much jewelry I have on me? I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
Bags. He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he
And
have
he
a
didn't
security
pack-
weapons permission?
No,
No,
sir.
he doesn't have
And
a.
listen, sir, I just want to
all
tell you.
right. His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen,
where-
sir,
where
I
it
want
was.
to tell you 1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have security guards, and we're rushing to the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show. Sir, this will ruin my life.
As you already know, 50 Cent likes to make mistakes. Now that a new video of Lil Meech cheating on his partner has gone viral, 50 has been granted access to high-quality footage for his pointless Instagram posts. The problem is that Lil Meech's father, Big Meech, has now come forward and told 50 to fire his son. Big Meech captioned a series of photos he posted of himself and his child after those questionable posts about Lil Meech's snitching, and Big Meech's failures as a father went viral. Nothing can stop us, we all the way up. But in addition to posting father-son photos, it seems like Big Meech might be working behind the scenes. Rumors started to surface that Big Meech personally phoned one of 50's old colleagues after 50 repeatedly accused Lil Meech of snitching. According to several industry insiders, the message was, "Tell him to stop playing with my son, or else it is now evident that Big Meech dislikes using harsh language online." However, this shift in mood is hard to ignore, and there have even been whispers that several producers of BMF series left the show to try to defuse the situation before it blew up in real life. Now, remember that 50 did more than just harass Lil Meech. Big Meech's relationship with Rick Ross earlier this year was the catalyst for the whole thing, is what set 50 off, and he publicly accused Big Meech of being a rat. 50 implying Meech snitched to reduce his sentence under the First Step Act, and he shared a screenshot of court documents trying to suggest that Meech became a cooperating witness through his longtime associate Tammy Cowens. But there is no evidence that Meech snitched in his actual case. He served 27 of the 30 years that were allotted to him, and the little sentence reduction was not because of his cooperation, but rather because of changes made to the sentencing rules. In a rare jail interview that was just released, Big Meech also denied the snitching charges. He asserted that the story would have made headlines by now if he had ever cooperated.
You can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was ratting it to be on CNN, you know what I mean? You better believe it, my nigga. Yeah, it'd be on CNN. You got some people insinuate, Big Meech telling on Mexican time. Look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you Daniel Correll out of LA, he telling on me. Shit, you know, penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch, or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? If not, you get your bitch ass up top. You check in, or your car check you in. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not supposed to send her, oh yeah, I think Big Meech hot. No, you don't think that. You show that, or you keep your opinion to yourself.
And the whole snitching affair is the cause of the fan dispute. Others contend that 50 had no right to label Big Meech a rat after he had served nearly 30 years in prison. However, others argue that Major Meech's choice to work with Rick Ross was a serious betrayal, especially considering that 50 gave Lil Meech his major break in acting and supported Meech's family when he was in prison. Notably, 50 Cent previously hinted that this was the real reason behind Big Meech's treachery. According to 50, Big Meech was terrified by 50's close bond with Lil Meech. 50 recently revealed on Instagram that the primary cause of his breakup with Big Meech was envy. Big Meech claimed he could not handle Lil Meech's approaching 50, so he ended up cutting off his own son's financial support. 50 also claimed that Big Meech was a bad influence on his child, pushing him to do drugs and waste money. In order to help Lil Meech change his habits, 50 stepped in as a true father figure. The most ridiculous part was when 50 said that during the filming of BMF, Lil Meech suffered a serious breakdown because of substance addiction, and that 50 was the one who helped him get the care he needed. 50 wrote, I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X, like, it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Horn's BP was high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the F is whippets? I look, and it's the ish that B&B guns.
He actually came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. You know, so I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone. He like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, you know, I just didn't know if I could do it.
However, Lil Meech utterly wasted that opportunity, purportedly spending $5 million he made from the show in just 3 years on clothes, jewelry, and cars, rather than making any investments.
Well, Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. And I might have seen DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is one cost?
$2 million.
You have to acknowledge that 50 Cent has a point after what he done for Lil Meech, which essentially changed his life. Things get a little more complicated when it comes to the entire snitching problem. Some close to Meech claim that because he chooses who is labeled a snitch, 50 is being criticized as a hypocrite.
Do you think Big Meech like told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying, authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta have her killed, or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name, or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And you know, I say now we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like common sense, but man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my content.
Yeah.
But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home.
Now the question is, did 50 overreact this time by fabricating that Big Meech was a rat just because Meech was now threatening 50 and had a relationship with Ross?